Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's another fine day here in Kisumu. And today is also Baba's big day. He will be presenting his nomination papers to IEBC. Then after the presentation of papers to IEBC at the Bomas of Kenya, Raila Odinga will then head to Nakuru for a series of political rallies. As a matter of fact, there are several reasons why Raila Odinga chose Nakuru for this big day. Yesterday, William Ruto was cleared alongside his running mate, Rigathi Gachagua, to contest for the presidency. If Raila Odinga will be nominated, will be cleared today, alongside Martha Karua, then probably if Raila will become the president, Martha Karua is going to be the first deputy president, female deputy president in the Republic of Kenya. And again, just like I keep on saying, politics is an interesting game. Who would have imagined that Raila Odinga would choose Martha Karua as his running mate after the 2007 post-election violence? Who would have imagined? Very few people. But today they are presenting their nomination papers. But as Raila Odinga is presenting his nomination papers, at the background, Uhuru Kenyatta, who is supporting him, and Raila Odinga have lined up heavyweights who will be helping Raila Odinga to face off with the deputy president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, because Ruto is also not a pushover. In this video, I want us to try and figure out this list of heavyweights, whether they'll be able to deal with the deputy president. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Please, the best way you can support this channel is just by clicking that thumbs up. So just click it now. And also, you can drop your comments. I take my time, like today, I want to take my time to respond to some of the comments. I learn a lot from you guys, by the way, if you didn't know. So just click that, just drop your comment, but you can also share this particular video to your WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and any other platform. I know so many people are doing that, and I'm grateful. Now, let me ask you, where are you going to watch Baba presenting his nomination papers from? Me, I'll be watching him from Kisumu here. Let me know where you are going to watch him from. Raila Odinga is going to contest for the presidency. I think this is the fifth time, because he first contested in 1997, then 2007, 2013, 2017. So this is going to be his fifth time. And I'm also sure that this is his last bullet. If the bullet will not get the target, I don't think Raila Odinga would have any interest in contesting for the presidency again. For President Uhuru Kenyatta, this is also a matter of do and die for him. Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies, especially those in the deep state like Joe Musheru, Raja Kibicho, Fred Matiang'i, those allies of the president. It's a matter of death, life and death for them. Which means if Raila Odinga will not win, then their future in this country, politically speaking, will not be secured. So Uhuru Kenyatta is working extra hard to ensure that Raila Odinga becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And that's why you've seen Uhuru Kenyatta working behind the scenes to make things move here and there. So Raila Odinga has crafted a campaign team. And for the first time, Raila Odinga's campaign team is complex, completely complex. You can't really understand what's going on there. Raila Odinga has crafted a campaign team which will be focusing at the national level. Then there's a team which will be focusing at the regional level. And that team working at the regional level has been crafted up to the world level. In fact, I was talking to someone who is involved in the campaigns, Nyanza presidential campaign team here. And he was telling me that they'll be having county campaigns, I think beginning next week. Then from there, they'll be waiting for Raila Odinga to come. Then after that, the campaigns will now be devolved to the ward level. So that's how Raila Odinga has crafted this, and he's also paying emphasis to women and the youths. So Raila Odinga has already 16 teams. In these 16 teams, let me just mention for you how these 16 teams are going to operate. There's a team which he calls Women A. That Women A team is actually led by Charity Ngilu. And then there is another team, Women B, headed by my friend, the incoming governor for Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga. So those two teams, Women A and B, will primarily focus on delivering the women vote to Raila Odinga ticket because of Martha Karua. So Raila Odinga is actually focusing on the women vote. Then Raila Odinga has also created regional teams. At the coastal region, Hassan Joho will be overseeing that campaign. He will be assisted by several other teams below him. Then you go to Western, there is Oparanya, who will take charge of Western. Then you go to Kisii, there was a specific team for Kisii and Nyamira, because Raila Odinga is keen on making sure that Kisii, the Gusii region, is swept for the first time. Because in the last election, for example, Nyamira County went to Jubilee. Kisii went to Raila. So this time around, he's focusing on the entire Gusii. And the person who will be tasked with that is Simba Arati. And he will be helped with the others. Then there is Nairobi. In Nairobi, Raila Odinga will be depending on Team Wanyonyi, who will work very closely with the Team Nairobi. Then you go to Mount Kenya, Raila Odinga has appointed Peter Munya, who will be looking into the politics down there. He'll work very closely with Raila Odinga and Martha Karua. Then you go to Ukambani. Raila Odinga has appointed Professor Kivutha Kibwana. And of course, now with the entry, because by that time, Kalonzo Musyoka was still playing games. And then, of course, this team of Raila Odinga, the way I explained it, is targeting regions, women. Then there's Martha Karua will also head another team. I'm coming to there. Then One Kenya Lance will also head another team. I'm coming to there. But there is Professor Kivutha Kibwana who will lead Raila Odinga's campaign team in Ukambani. Then you go to Rift Valley. There is Stephen Tarus, who was one of the people who wanted to be Raila Odinga's running mate, former member of parliament, a former cabinet minister, will be in charge of Rift Valley. He will be helped with several other people, including Sally Kosgei and the rest. Then in the mountain, there's also Sabina Chege, because we have Mount Kenya West and East. Sabina Chege will also lead another team there. Then Raila Odinga will focus on the Mak community. In the Mak community, he has nominated Olelenku to manage the Mak community. And then the northeastern, the other side, there is Ukuru Yatani. So that's how Raila Odinga has split this team. Then there's a second team which will be led by Martha Karua. This team will focus primarily on delivering 40% of the mountain. So you will be seeing Martha Karua most of the time going to the mountain, going to Meru, going to Tharaka, going to Central, going to the mountain, and in Rift Valley, specific areas which are predominantly the Kikuyu. So Martha Karua will also lead another team. And then there's One Kenya team, headed by Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi. This team will also be allowed to go and do their own campaigns. Like yesterday, if you noted, Kalonzo Musyoka was in Narok. So this team will be moving in that direction. Then Raila Odinga has also crafted in his team a team is calling the Sky Team. I think I have the list here. That Sky Team is a team which will be moving with Raila Odinga in almost all rallies. And then that particular team is also split so that they'll have a team on standby. Like for example, if like the other day you saw William Ruto was in the coastal region, then Joho and the team went immediately after him. So that team will be having, that team will be accompanying Raila Odinga, the Sky team, ready at any given time. They're just on standby. You are called, Baba wants you guys to go to Kericho. Chop! Umefika. So that team is the team which will be accompanying Raila Odinga in most of his political rallies at the national level, because these are the ones who will be focusing on the regional. So that team consists of Junet Mohammed, the Democrat from Suna East, the man who's made everything possible to happen. So Junet Mohammed will be in that team. In that team, there will be Peter Kenneth will also be in that team. In that team, there is Hassan Joho will also be in that team. In that team, there is the Nyeri Deputy Governor. The Nyeri Deputy Governor, Carol Karugu, will be there. In that team, there will be Mishimboko. Then in that team, there's a young guy from Kisumu called Philip Pande will be there. In that team, there will be Richard Onyonka, there will be Wandai, there will be Babi Owino, Caleb Amisi, Maina Kamanda, Kanini Kega. There will be Ledamo Lekina in that team. There will be Sabina Chege. Gladys Wang is also part of that team. So that's the team which will be at the national. In fact, Simbarati will also be in this team. So this team is the one which will be moving around. Raila Odinga wants to be accompanied in most cases by young guys in his campaigns, the youthful faces, and that's why you can see Junet. You can see Junet there. You can see people like Babu Owino, Caleb Amisi. There, of course, he must have some old faces there like Kamana, but the truth is he wants a youthful team. Here's where you'll also find the Nairobi governor in this team. So this team will accompany him in most of the national rallies, and in most cases, they will be on standby. Like today, Raila Odinga is presenting his papers, then he will be in Nakuru. Then he can decide to tell Simbarati and Junet, I want you guys to go to Northeastern. So they'll go there without any question. So most of these people are people we now trust will easily win their seats. And most of them are also not contesting. So that's how Raila Odinga's campaign team is split. But what are the objectives of that campaign team? The first objective of this campaign team is the voter turnout. Raila Odinga is keen on voter turnout, especially in his stronghold. How is Kisii region going to ensure that there is high turnout? That's where Onyonga comes in. That's where Arati comes in, plus their team on the ground. How will they ensure that in Siaya, for example, the turnout is going to be high? Now, that's where Oparanya will come in and the governors from the region. And that's why you can see that they have recommended that for turnout to be high, they're not going to interfere, especially with the other with other affiliate parties. Like in Siaya, you have now Gombo running, Orengo running. So all of them will be facilitated to compete without being victimized, so that their supporters will ensure that the turnout is high. So that's the first objective of this campaign team. The second one is regional issues. Raila Odinga is going to Nakuru. What are the regional issues in Nakuru? What are the regional issues down there in Nakuru? So this team will be identifying some of the issues and challenges in region, so that when Raila Odinga is going to a region, he will be abreast with the issues down there, so that when he gets the platform to address, then he can address specific issues specific to those regions. The third objective of this team is to respond to William Ruto and counter any attacks from him. So like you saw Joho, when Ruto went to the coastal region, he talked of SGR, he talked of fixing the issue of the land there. Joho went the next day, played that tape just to counter whatever Ruto was saying. He went there, talked about the Basil Criticus land, passionately there. And he even challenged Ruto to donate those lands back to their squatters. So basically, these teams will ensure that when William Ruto, because for a long time, Ruto was saying certain things, nobody's responding, and those things were taking roots. So they've decided that for the first time now, anything William Ruto will be saying will actually be countered. And then the third objective of these teams is to create grassroots networks. These are the team which will identify the agents of Raila Odinga. These are the teams which will craft his campaign teams at the world level, because Raila Odinga campaign is going to be based on the world level. In fact, if you are keen, William Ruto has also changed his campaign strategy and is now splitting teams. This is just a response to the Raila Odinga 16 unit campaign team which he has crafted. And lastly, the team will also be targeting specific voting blocks: women, youths. How are they targeting youth? Baba na mama. So youth will identify themselves as huyu ni Mbuyu, huyu ni Masa. Women, the nomination of Martha Karua will be used. I don't know what you think, but that's the team which Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta are unleashing to the country. The team is complex and it has so many people that you can't even know which one is which, but you can tell from the way the campaigns are organized. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.